here. Two up-and-coming squads trying to cement their name in Rocket League lore and become household names here for North America. Schnitzelhaus versus Strictly Business here in the uppers.
Here we go, Schnitzel versus Strictly Business. Schnitzelhaus has been a team that has gotten themselves into this situation. Same for Strictly Business, a chance here to change the course of their major standings. Game one brought to you by Progressive Gas. Hey, Herc here on the call. Herc, what are your thoughts going into this one?
My first thought is the way that teammates pronounced Schnitzel as Schnitzel is stressed me out as somebody that loves Austria. But you know what? That was the American in him on that one. But for now, yes, this is an interesting matchup. If you had told me that this was our uppers, I would not have believed you. But if you told me a European was going to be throwing hands to the Americans in this lower round one, I would say, yeah, I got you on that one.
Good on EXO right under Panda there to start us off. Strictly Business with the first goal. But you got to give credit to Schnitzelhaus. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, look, we gotta make sure we're locked in on this one. They had such a interesting run to get here, and now we see them here in this best of 7 position. Again, both teams, I mean, the point totals right now for Raleigh do look wide open, and this matchup's been going back and forth. Lion Blaze with the equalizer.
I definitely expect this to go back and forth, right? These are two fairly equal teams, and like I said, these are, both of them have imports. So they know each other. This isn't unfamiliar territory for anybody. It's just that each team has kind of their like player that, in my opinion, can kind of switch things up a lot. For me, on the end of Schnitzelhaus, I got Lion Blaze being, you know, the difference maker for them. We've seen him really ramp things up for a lot of these teams, defensively and offensively on different rosters he's been with. But for Strictly Business, it's between Eris and EXO. I feel like EXO's made, you know, a couple statements out in Europe, but Eris in North America, he's that player that just hasn't had his moment, but he has times where you're like, all right, you could be competitive out here.
Both teams playing with a lot of pace here to start us off, but both teams also have players on each side that are number 1 and number 2 in goals per game. It's EXO that number 1 at 1.6, Panda at number 2 with 1.14. That being said, both teams are traded left and right. EXO still kind of keeping that number up. We get to see Panda get on the board. Got his fifth last goal, and may be able to get one here. The bouncer, no, blocked out by Eris right in front of the goal line.
We thought the team bump, even if it was an accident, still would have worked in their favor on it, but not this time. Still tight game here between the two. Panda's attempt bounces out into the mid here. Eris wanted to try and catch it, but no. Right now, it is all Schnitzelhaus throwing themselves at this ball multiple times. Lion Blaze wanted to center it to somebody. Nobody's there. Everybody had already called themselves off, and for good reason. They're far back enough to make a couple of these saves that were coming at their face.
The business on the attack is EXO. Great shot, but Panda there to receive. And we're already getting near that halfway point. Oh, Zai last back, and EXO dusts them. Second goal for EXO. He's shooting 50%.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you know what? Just the awareness from Crispy to just challenge and catch and center. EXO, of course, is going to be there to catch that ball every single time and take his shot on target. That's going to be the difference maker. These two teams are going to be taking what feels like 100 shots, but from EXO, it will be on target every single time.
Great kickoff here from EXO. Kind of delays it, side flips into it a bit. Then just recovers so well. Perfect shot into the bottom left corner. Now it is a 2-goal lead. All goals so far scored from EXO. 1 assist for Crispy as Strictly Business are going to business as usual here to start game 1.
Hey, I mean, that's the vibe, right? They're very like, get in, get out, just get your win and keep going. I don't know if they like fully expected it to be here, but now that they are, they know that this is a very possible win for them here in the playoffs. Lion Blaze to Sai. Sai tried to clean it up and get a little more speed on that ball, but still Crispy just a bit faster. Half this game left to go with a 2-goal deficit. Strictly Business, they gotta find something here, otherwise, you know, or excuse me, no, Schnitzelhaus has to find something here. They're the ones down by 2, my bad.
There you go. Oh, wait, they're about to be down by 3. Crispy, is it open? No, Lion Blaze able to get there in time, but a little bit of miscommunication here on the blue side. It's not looking good for Schnitzel. They're trying to get out, but again, these midfield challenges and even just strong beats to the ball. Schnitzel are looking a little slow here to start us off, and they really have to start winning more in the midfield. Here's Crispy taking this one. Has Panda meet him in the midfield. Good cut for Panda to buy his team some time. Boost back here as Lion Blaze pick the ball up. And he'll try to see if he can move things upfield. Just quickly met by Eris. With a minute 30 left to go. We're seeing just a little bit more offense come out from Schnitzel. They're trying to get downfield, but it's just so hard. Strictly Business has been there every step of the way.
And the crazy part is, despite Strictly Business being up by 2, there have been a couple of moments where on the back end of things, there's a team up or a little bit of miscommunication where somebody has to call themselves off of, you know, an almost double commit, right? And that's the level of panic that you just can't even let start to stir up, because Schnitzelhaus are going to capitalize on it once they recognize it. Unfortunately for them, a minute left, no boost, not enough space to make that double. Side no touch, Panda sent out, and Schnitzelhaus lose another opportunity.
And you gotta wonder what's going on with Zai here. That's gonna bounce in. Easter with another one. 4 goals out of 7 shots. It's a good clearance from Eris. Easter's there, and Lion Blaze couldn't read the bounce. Wow, that's a big dagger for Ixo.
I love the bounce shot too, just to really make sure there's some air on it and nobody can get on up. And a 3-goal lead, 45 on the clock here. I mean, Strictly Business are in a great position for this game. Number one, despite the fact that Schnitzelhaus have been able to take a fair amount of shots at their net. I believe they're like 5 right now, which, again, most people might not think that that's a lot in comparison to Strictly Business, but to get that many on them is a decent sign.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, so to speak. Things have been struggling here for Schnitzelhaus to start us off. Strictly Business, a very comfortable, and I would even say control game 1. Oh, a little, Zion almost got him on the fake there, but defense able to recover. Time gone on the clock, and we all know how this series is going to start off here. 1 game on the board here for Strictly Business.
Not Schnitzelhaus to kind of get their footing, but like you said, a lot of this right now is falling onto the shoulders of Sai. And honestly, in my opinion, Panda too. Panda's been a little quiet on this one, and I feel like Panda and Sai, if they can both get each other, you know, confidently set up and into the flow of things, this could be a whole other story.
Yeah, first things first, they gotta stop Easter from getting some of these chances, because he's starting to get real creative. But they're looking for a double right off the gate. And a low boost. Lion Blaze wants to get there, but he's got low boost too. So now Zai just trying to buy time. Easter knows it's beat him there for the challenge. We're seeing again the hot start here. You have to be careful, because momentum could easily swing in Strictly Business's favor if Schnitzel can't stop the offense here. As another one goes in for Eris, and Strictly Business are on the board.
Oh my gosh. I mean, for starters, yes, it was going to initially be a clear out from Ixo, but the way it pinched off that car into a waterfall is just great awareness on top of everything at the end of the day. Strictly Business in a lead. No opportunity goes wayside for this squad. Eris calls himself off. Low boost. Ixo enough, though, to reset. Try to get a pass off. Crispy recognizes, you know, hey, maybe it's time to go back here. Lion Blaze is a player that you do got to respect when he's got that ball.
He's eye on the ball, trying to get past the defense. Does force Eris out. Off ball, though, Strictly Business doing a good job of making things a little awkward. I think I saw Crispy moving downfield just to feel some boost. They've got a lot of trust in each other, and it's another open net for them as well. Eris will put in his 2nd goal, and Strictly Business now with a 2-goal cushion.
2 for 2, and especially catching them off a defensive mistake is going to be, you know, kind of detrimental to the Schnitzelhaus, you know, mindset. You can see Lion Blaze has thrown his head back multiple times in frustration, and really they just want to get into the swing of things, but Strictly Business have not allowed them any space for confidence in this series.
Yeah, they're going to have to really battle and earn that for sure, because Strictly Business playing at a good pace and they don't show any signs of slowing down. Here's Zai. Did we get a sidewall redirect? No, he leaves it for Lion Blaze, but Eris, great cut. Easily read that one. He sends it all the way to the back wall where Panda, low boost, tries to knock it away. Not a good chance for a follow-up from Zai, so he has to wait for Ixo. And here we go, Strictly Business still with more offensive pressure. And it feels almost unrelenting at times. You see Schnitzel get out and try to get a little bit of space, but only to get hit with a counterattack like what we're looking at now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm very shocked that didn't go in. You could see it from like all the way in their back end, the amount of pinballing that went back and forth. That's a high level of communication for Strictly Business right now. That's telling you exactly what you are going to get from them. They are locked in. Crispy shot just a bit wide. Sai sends it on out, but Strictly Business, they have not been slowed down by any means. Even if a shot gets sent out, Daz, it doesn't phase them. They just are like, okay, rotate back, take the ball back, and we'll send it forward. We'll do it again and again.
Yeah, and on the same end of things, we're watching Schnitzel on just low boost a lot. So it's limiting what they could do on the offense, which is also messing up their rhythm as well. They can't go for everything if they're not boosted up. And we're seeing sometimes them just try to dive to kind of salvage a play to buy time for their teammates. This means that they're not controlling the pace, and they need to, especially all things considering. Strictly Business still hot and still with their foot on the pulse. We got 2 minutes left here in regulation in game 2. This series is starting to look really one-sided unless we can see something change here soon.
If you want like a decent positive, at least if you're a Schnitzelhaus fan and you want to see something, the good sign of life is they have been able to slow Ixo down a tiny bit, right? And has been able to anticipate these shots a little bit better than he was before. That is one step in the process to slowing Strictly Business down. Although, okay, there's the clear out from Panda. That's what I was saying. Panda being a little bit more alive on the defense is, you know, what Schnitzelhaus needs to get back into this. The problem is there is no creativity offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Lion Blaze just no boost there again. And that's his second shot and the team's second shot this game. We're approaching the final minute. Still a chance for them to get back into it. They just need to see one fall. And maybe even have a chance here. Long clearance downfield. Lion Blaze trying to put the shot on, but it's wide. And a chance here. Maybe if Zai can read this off the back wall. But Crispy's up so fast to knock it away. They're not letting any space be taken here. But it's still Strictly Business at this point are just trying to lock things down or run out the clock.
Panda, send it on up, straight, giving it away. And I think this is a multiple time thing here. Strictly Business have done just a great job of patiently mirroring Schnitzelhaus and taking this ball back. And you don't even have to try and like get a play on out or transition out too far. You're up by 2, 30 seconds left on the clock. Sai's gonna get this one taken off. Panda's gonna have to race back. He does in time, but like I said, it's a time, it's a race against time here. And unfortunately, Schnitzelhaus cannot keep up.
Yeah. Time running out, opportunities fleeting, and 10 seconds to go. Maybe a chance here to get one before the end of regulation. Lion Blaze, great pop there. Can he get the bump? No. Ixo redirect to knock it away, and no matter what happens, you're going to see Strictly Business go up 2-0 on the series, a shutout in game 2. Building back up as the series progresses, it's so much harder to do that way. Chance, though, for them to turn it around. Fresh 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what game 3 brings us.
Well, off the rip, it's just another catch for Strictly Business. Crispy had the time to even collect that boost, try and set his teammate up, but Lion Blaze a little bit more involved this time. Although this one is still blue side. Schnitzelhaus doing a little bit better of controlling this ball, or at least the space that is around it.
We're starting to see them take a much more aggressive approach. Starting to work out here. Ball in the back wall. Panda can't go, so he's got to back up. Lion Blaze turns, but he was so late for that. He's a clean beat. Now you see Crispy in the air, trying to put a shot on, blocked by Zai. It's Strictly Business. Taking up the offense early, got a bump on the play as well. Eris just needs to pinch it in. Ixo cleaning up the back end, making the net wide open. And Strictly Business on the board.
Ixo's almost like a decoy at this point, right? Everybody's eyes, you know, just went directly to him, and he was like, oh, no, I'm not here to take the ball. I'm here to bump all of you out of the way multiple times so Eris can do his thing right now, and that's exactly what went on in. A minute into this, Strictly Business have their opening lead again. This is how it starts off every single time. And now Schnitzelhaus exactly where they were before, trailing, trying to get it together and slow down the likes of Strictly Business.
Chance here for a counter. Can Lion Blaze find the double? He got it! Lion Blaze double to the top left corner, and we're tied.
Not a bad shout, or at least the opening attempt here. Lion Blaze is that player that definitely, like I said, could get things going for them. And the fact that it was Sai setting him up really might, you know, move this momentum, at least in this game, in favor of Schnitzelhaus.
Sometimes you just need to see one fall, and then you get back into your flow. Let's see if that's the case for Schnitzelhaus. Lion Blaze, big bang downfield. Crispy can't get there, but Eris is on the back wall. Eris 50 against Panda, and Zai has to chase that one down. Had more boost than Crispy, so able to get there first. But Strictly Business still able to hold on to the balls there, pushing forward. Good one off the back wall, but Lion Blaze, great read. Again, another chance here for a counter, but it has to be Schnitzel making the most of it. Can't get the beat there on Ixo. Lion Blaze attacks quickly, but Zai gets demoed in the back end, and now transitional play almost could have worked there for Strictly Business, but people respawn. Maybe a chance here. Free shot. Why not let it fly? Eris with the lead.
It all started with Eris being like so disgustingly cheated up that everybody was like, well, I have the time. I didn't get the initial shot, so let me drive in a circle. People might freak out a little bit. I might bump them or something. He's like, no. I'm not even gonna go for, you know, anything aggressive. I'm just gonna catch the second shot and keep it going. Eris has really been involved in the second and now the third game for the Strictly Business squad. A lead taken away though by Panda could shift momentum in favor of Schnitzelhaus.
We're going back and forth here in game 3. Great touch there from Zai off that back wall. Saw the defense coming in quick, got that extra touch and set it up there for Panda. Now Panda on the board. We're seeing Schnitzel really able to increase the speed. Sometimes it is leaving gaps in their defense, but they have been keeping this one competitive as Strictly Business have some work to do if they want to take this lead and turn it into a 3-0 lead in the series.
Another shot sent out mid. You see Eris on the cheetah. Might have gone for the bump on the end, but Sai knew he could play it in the air there. Eris shot denied, sent off by Panda. Demo on the back end by Lion Blaze. Could give some breathing room to Schnitzelhaus, but not if Ixo is on the ball. And Panda taking his time, but like I said, Strictly Business, they do an incredible job of anticipating a lot of these attempted clears out from Schnitzel. Fortunately for them, it's not quite turning into a transition anymore.
I mean, yeah, you can tell though the communication on the side of Strictly Business has been very, very good. The way that they're able to play for each other, be in the right positions, the confidence is high there. Schnitzel on the other side though, you can also see how differently they're playing from the earlier games in this series. Excuse me, they've looked phenomenal in this game 3 compared to the start that they had in that game 2 shutout. This is a great way for them to bounce back, but they still have to continue to keep the pressure. Right now, a chance here. Zai just leaves it. Crispy got a goal line touch. Can he get another one with no boost? Double save. Now they just got to get the ball out. There's a clearance to Ixo, but it's cut out by Zai. Schnitzel trying to see if they can come up with one to take the lead.
Those saves as clean as that man's suit. We got to see if they can get a lead again. It is still tied with only over a minute to go here. Another shot just sent off. Sai's going to try and catch it. Enough in the tank, but it's a little awkward. A bump forward. Eris on the ground, though, keeps it out. And right now, Strictly Business forced to defend. Eris is trying to be cheeky multiple times as he gone up, but that plan is as good as gone as the demos start to come through.
The speed from Lion Blaze to cut off Ixo there. Panda able to get a solid touch on the ball. Good follow-up. It's going to go to the side wall. You see Ixo just bringing it over into the other corner, trying to switch the leg of the play. Eris wants to carry this out. Zai with a pre-jump. Eris goes right under him. Gets a little pinch and got a good 50, so Crispy can take the ball, play a pass one. They can't get a demo. Lion Blaze is in a good spot, able to buy his team some time. Now Zai, the only one with boost, and he's in an awkward spot as well. 30 seconds, almost got over Panda's head, but he got a great touch out. And now Lion Blaze keeps this one in for the time being. It does feel like Schnitzel are kind of in a chokehold, but they finally get some breathing room.
Strictly Business, you got to hold on for the next 15 seconds. Right now, Schnitzelhaus have a little bit of momentum in their favor, and they're going to try and swing it back the other way. 8 seconds on the clock, no boost means this is taken off by Panda. Eris tries to slow it down. The follow from Crispy does come out in time. Can he get a touch off the sidewall? No, it's a clear on out, and this one's gonna hit the ground in overtime in game 3.
All right, this is double kickoff there too on the side of Strictly Business. But Lion Blaze gets the ball. Good cut from Ixo quickly. And a bit of a miscommunication there. Noah puts a shot on. Eris will try to finish it, but it's just off target. Great idea on the sidewall redirect there for Eris, but just not enough. And now, what's been a comfortable series for Strictly Business so far is starting to kind of turn here. Gonzaga the double. No Panda follow-up. Blocked away by Eris.
That Strictly Business defense is the only thing keeping them in this right now. Schnitzelhaus is stepping up. Panda is so involved now. And you've just got to respect the fact that he is becoming a threat here. Lion Blaze over 1, used up everything in the tank to get that ball towards the net. And here's another one sent off by Crispy. And the speed keeps going.
Yeah, now Lion Blaze in a tough spot. You can see Eris just hunting on the back end. Crispy able to get that boost. Ixo doesn't have any, but Panda still has to play 50, loses it. Zai, last back here, almost no boost on the side of Schnitzel. And you see Strictly Business waiting for a chance. They want to get the ball played to them so they can control it. But now everybody's boosted up on the side of Schnitzelhaus. Lion Blaze plays it downfield. There's no one that can get a good follow. Panda's a little late here, so I have to opt for a fake challenge. He doesn't know Crispy's low boost, and by the time he goes, it's too little too late. This overtime has definitely shown changes in possession left and right, but no one with control. It's really about who can create the best opportunity for themselves, as Crispy knocks that one all the way downfield, sends Panda to collect.
You want to talk about creating, a good opportunity for yourself. You got to be a little bit more creative than just a really tight center. Right now, Strictly Business have Schnitzelhaus. At least their offensive plays pretty much read like a book right now. Although this one's going to the backboard again, it's another read from Ixo. So you got to be very intentional with what you throw towards that net. Ixo takes his time, almost under 1. 2 towards that ball makes me weary for Schnitzelhaus. You got to be careful not to get too ahead of yourself or too stressed out. You got to communicate that you are going to be the one on up. And the attempted pass off means Crispy gets to sneak on through just for a moment.
Maybe in for a longer overtime. Ooh, bit of a double commit there. The pinch out from Eris. He's still trying to jump up to see if he can get closer to the ball, but now it's Crispy. Great follow-up touch there, past middle. They're looking for the bump on Lion Blaze, and they're looking for the shot. Do they get it? Lion Blaze says no. Great stop there for him. He was in a tough spot, numbers advantage. He got out. Now he's trying to will his team a win, but it hasn't worked out just yet. Overtime still continuing as we hit that 3-minute mark.
It was such an insane play. That's the level of creativity I was talking about, right? Where you send someone up, you let them go get a bump and open up a path, because right now, defensively, both teams are extremely strong. Half a tank to get this one on out. Eris is keeping it going forward. It clears towards net. Can Ixo get back in time? Off of the crossbar is a thank you to Schnitzelhaus.
Oh, man, Demo's upfield. Can Eris do it by himself? Almost. Follow-up from Crispy. Goal! By the skin of their teeth. Strictly Business to survive the overtime and close it out. Wow.
Pressure.
Now it's up to see with Schnitzelhaus backs against the wall. Can they make the most out of any opportunities they get this game? We'll have to find out. 5 minutes on the clock in game 4.
1 win away from a sweep in the lower round and to keep their playoff dreams alive. We're gonna see, can Strictly Business do it one more time? Like we saw, Schnitzelhaus found a little bit of momentum, a little bit of groove in that game at number 3, but all dreams could get crushed right here.
Still trying to start it off. Double into the corner. Eris just a little late there. Good initial touch from Lion Blaze, but look at Ixo. Able to get that flip reset, keeping the ball up high, making sure he can get past 1. And the chance, oh, look at that, almost wide open, and Panda had to really streak back to get there in time. Otherwise, would have given up the first goal. Panda now trying to get a sidewall double, leaves it though for Lion Blaze, but Lion Blaze unable to connect. Now we're seeing that transition once again. Air is double on your head top, but it's saved from Lion Blaze. We're still tied, but Strictly Business putting on the pressure.
Lion Blaze also had to make a quick, tiny cut after that first save to be like, oh, wow, this is like water falling down, and managed to get it off the nose of his car. So that could have started off another lead for Strictly Business, but the fact that Schnitzelhaus was able to slow him down and transition out, they're taking a couple shots here. I think they've got, well, at least one registered so far. But this is a better opening game for Schnitzelhaus than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, the opening does look good. Wait, hold on. Can Ixo connect? No. Zai knocking it away. They haven't gotten scored on, so it's automatically a great opener here for them.
Definitely progress in comparison to what we saw from them in games 1 through 3.
Yeah. This time, though, things are getting a little bit more even, but it is trending to how game 3 ended. And you're starting to really see them kind of dictate the pace. They're playing for each other. Great passes in transition. Now it's going to be up to Strictly Business to kind of take control of that. Can they find some lapses here? It's Crispy. Thinks this one's going to go off the ceiling. You know he's going to stay on it. Yep, lip. Able to get it popped up. Doesn't amount to much, though. Air still in the right place at the right time. At least going to bump one off here to slow things down as Crispy and Ixo, I'm sorry, get boosted up. There's Lion Blaze with a cut.
It was a nice attempted tee up there, but instead they're forced on, the back end. Zai getting that mid boost here might actually allow them some space for creativity, but Ixo is going to put a stop to that very quickly. Lion Blaze around the wall. It was a great center. There was no cleanup, unfortunately, for him. And it's just more slow shots towards net. Finally, a big clear out there from Schnitzelhaus. It is short-lived, though. Zai can't get past Eris. You'd think Panda would go, but no. They play the safe route, retreat back in preparation for those Strictly Business shots.
Looking for the pass. Look like Zai wants to get it back to Panda. Just hit it a little too hard. Now they gotta get back on defense. Pinch off the ceiling. Lion Blaze has to make a save there. Strictly Business keeping this ball here in the blue half. As they're looking for another chance here, but it's really hard. It's been harder for them to score when Schnitzel has been stepped back in defense. That one was a little scary, and Zai, the touch gets too far away from him. Eris gets there, gets a free shot, and brings the lead to Strictly Business.
Not too shabby. Like I said, once, Schnitzelhaus started to slow Ixo down, you saw a huge step up from Eris. And now he's the player that you got to kind of keep your eye on and worry about a little bit more, especially with those cheat ups. It is a new level of frustration that gets added into the mix.
Now, minute 30 to go. Schnitzelhaus looking like they could be going out in a sweep. Do they have what it takes to change the course of that? Ixo, nice touch forward. Eris looking for the double. Put it on, and Ixo there to grab it. What a play!
Such connectivity. First the flick over, Eris off the side. That's just a gross, speedy double.
So quick. He was there. I mean, that was a great read. That was a great read. I love it. I love it. Now Strictly Business, big goal for them, and they're looking to keep it going. Eris tried to put the musty downfield, but Panda was there. Now, can they carry this momentum in the last minute? Panda, upfield, flip reset. Easy save from Eris. Nice pop-up as well. Eris can collect again. Double commit there. And Crispy, he doesn't have boost. So Crispy actually in a tough spot here. And yep, it's going to lead to a goal. Panda able to collect, and it's a one-goal game just like that.
I mean, you got to find any opportunity given to you. You got to take advantage of it, right? Crispy being even just slightly awkward on that ball. Panda realized, all right, this is our time to shine. They do it. 45 seconds, though, to find another goal. Double kickoff. This one 50s out to the mid. This feels, frustrating on either end for it, but Zai's going to be the one to collect. Reset forward, enough to center, and a crazy clear is not going to stop Panda from coming back. Air dribble almost in, but Crispy might have just kept Strictly Business alive.
Zai still with the possession. Trying to get to Panda. Panda's got to come up to help out. Can Panda get the bump? No, Eris read it. Great clearance from Eris to slow things down. 15 seconds to go, though. Panda off the ceiling. Only got one flip, has to pinch it off the ground. Crispy was ready. Lion Blaze, ready for the clear. Is he gonna get a read on this? No. Easy save out there from Ares. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Time left on the clock. Schnitzelhaus need one now before the ball hits the ground, but Crispy with the double. No, Ixto actually popped it off. He tried to end it, and it'll bounce and hit the ground. And it's all business for Strictly Business as they do it in a 4-0 sweep. That's right, you like the fit, man. That's what we like to see.
Crazy work, but honestly, not unexpected by any means. It started off with Ixto really just being that front runner, getting things kicked off, and as soon as he got slowed down, the thing that was setting